Hudson River, right over there. We're going underneath it.
Any loud noises, free fall.
In the past, we've had chop sessions, and we would watch the video, and if there's something that someone didn't like, we would just say chop it. It's always like a useful process to watch something with someone else. You always sort of see the warts a little bit more clearly.
Before we actually get into the tunnel, I just need to explain how crazy it was that we got to go down there.
Sometimes when we're editing our videos, we find that it helps to just like take a step back, to step out of the world that we're in and contextualize what we're explaining. Almost like restarts the viewer's mind. It's a palate cleanser. So coming back into our office felt like a good way to do that. It's kind of always like a fun trick to pan away from the computer and seem like we are in the middle of editing the video and we're like, oh, we just need to give some context here. I always say that an editor should watch everything twice before they start working on anything. The first time is just to know what's there, and the second time is to figure out what stands out. For some projects, it might take a day to watch everything twice. For other projects, it might take 2 days or a week to watch everything twice. When it comes to working with a lot of footage, the primary thing is just like be organized. You need to kind of maintain a consistent organizational system within the scope of your project. I like to make a synced sequence that's just everything from the day in order. And then I like to make select sequences. I like to label them by color. If I really like a clip, I label it mango. If I sort of like something, I label it yellow. If I think something is like worth remembering, I label it red. And as I'm working through an edit and figuring out what to cut, I label things brown. We haven't done it recently, but in the past, we've had chop sessions where we would open the project and we would watch the video. And if there's something that someone didn't like, we would just say chop it. And I think we got a lot of pleasure out of cutting things. It's always like a useful process to watch something with someone else. You always sort of see the warts a little bit more clearly. But as we would cut things, the video would get tighter and better and more interesting because there's like not this fluff. But less is definitely more. Someone might give a really boring interview, but they might have like 3 great moments at the beginning or at the end. If you chop a lot of their interview and keep the 3 great human moments and then have 3 or 4 really interesting informational bits, suddenly the person like jumps off of the screen and their personality really shines through.
The music in our videos is all made by me. I think for every intro, I try to make something driving and almost relentless. I think that this kind of keeps you on your toes.
As we structured the introduction, it was a process of laying out one piece of information that was suspenseful, combining it with a visual, and then adding on top of it to create more and more suspense.